Let me know. Let me let you know that when you do come in here, when you guys are, watching myself or others, like I can't speak for others. Some people say prayers and things like that. I have to. I don't have to because I know what what protects me. I know that I'm protected, and I know anyone or anything that I connect to is also in alignment with that protection that I have over myself, um, or that what lies within me. And so we are going to get into we're going to study a little bit. We're going to do some cards. Strength is significant. That's on top of the deck of the cards that I'm using, right? Strength, your strength, right? So your strength is significant. We're gonna just pull that card out. All right, we're gonna let that be the vocal cord of the message tonight. Strength, you know. In that card, it shows a woman standing next to a lion. Okay, the lion, the masculine lion, the male lion, is the leader of the jungle. It's the leader of the pack. It's the leader, right? And yes, there are many, but each lion is aware of their domain and what they protect. Okay, and where their strength is needed as well. They're not overriding. They're not, under estimating it, none of that, right? The animal, right? The animal instinct kicks in, right? Because this is the line we're speaking of. That's why we have signs, okay? So I'll be breaking down a lot of different things in this message, okay? And I'm sure some of you guys probably may know some things, but it'll be clarification. It'll be a confirmation. I mean, it'll be a confirmation of what you already know. And so, like I was saying about this lion is significant, okay? Even though we're well into tourist season, right? And the season that we're in right now, okay, the space, all right, because it's the space, right? The timeline and spirit. No, I hate to use that word time, right, y'all? That's how y'all know that I'm here and I most definitely am rooted where I'm connected to this earthly plane, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? I'm a soul as well. I'm a soul that remembers beyond this earthly realm. So the words that they use and the words that we use, it at times don't feel right. It don't feel right because it's so many different meanings when it comes behind words. So strength is significant, right? Strength is significant. Okay. And I'm seeing a totem pole as well. I'm seeing a totem pole as well. I'm seeing a lion. I'm seeing an elf. I know that an elf is not on the totem pole exactly. I feel like the elf sign is a domain. It's like a dementia. It's a dementia. It's in a dementia that's apart from it, but they carry the same significance. It's kind of like what I'm saying is like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. They don't make movies and shit for no reason, y'all. So just follow me, right? Because when I go in and I seek and I can see, it's like, you feel me? Like I'm like going into realms where, and I'm explaining to you guys what I see, and it happens very quickly and very fast. I also want to say too, if any of you guys are channelers and visionaries like myself, where you can see, really take your time and be patient with yourself. If you don't remember something, it's okay. The best way to really be able to, like, my ears getting hot. The best way to, another thing, that's what I'm saying to, okay. So they're saying that a lot of the things you that you're going to learn can't be spoken over the internet. It won't be spoken over the internet. Spirit source, mother will not allow, father will not allow it to be spoken over the internet and, like, direct terms, like, it won't be explained, they saying, in a way where nobody will be able to understand the terminology. It'd be almost like it's another language, even though it's English. Okay, that's what I'm getting. I'm also, earlier I had seen where it just had popped up on my feed where they were speaking about when they had when they were building the towers to get to heaven, and the languages changed, but they had also showed me that the languages like the had changed for as far as manipulation. It changed as far as manipulation as time went on. So and it was so many different things that had changed so fast. It's like vast. Things had changed so fast. Follow me, okay? Just stay with me, y'all, because I'm gonna show y'all some shit. I promise you, you'll be able to see if you can connect with me. Things change so fast, but that's not how space moves. Space move and a frequency. It moves and frequency 432 is significant, 525 is significant. It moves freely. It's not a doctrine, it's not a doctrine movement. It's not indoctrinated. Okay? They said it's not fine tuning. They said it's not fine tuning. And if you don't know what that means, what I'm thinking what it means, because this is the first time I'm hearing that fine tuning, if it's not being operated or controlled by another. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. All right. Um, okay, so let me get to what I was getting to. So I want to get to the numbers too, right? And I was seeing 99. My ears like super hot on this side. I'm speaking to the farmers. The farmers is connected to the strength card. So if you're a farmer, or if you don't know that you're a farmer, but there are labels to uh different souls, right? You're not actually labeled, but they've made labels in the physical realm, in the 3D. Okay, they've made labels here. Everything is labeled, but they will never tell you if you are a farmer. The farmers, if you are a farmer, and and let's say 33 or 32 BC, right? I'm seeing 33 BC. There was no name. There was no name. There was no labels. You were a farmer. You were a creator of the earth. Like, you were able to go into the dirt and create um a, a farm life. I'm hearing farm life. You was able, forms and farm life. So forms of ways for individuals to live and seek health, uh, health convenience, uh, create a health a healthy space for the mothers that bear children. I'm saying that bear children. This one is deep, you guys. That bear children. Hmm. Okay, so they basically, back to what I was saying. That's a trip because they taking me back to the year that we're in 20. They're showing me 2026. They said that that's monetary. It's monetary. It's not monetary. It's monetary spirit. Monarchy. It's monarchy. It's not real. It's not the it's not the true space and time that we're in. And so those that carry this strength, and look at y'all, the strength card was the first card that came out, right? Spirit wants you to know that things are not what they seem. You're not in the time that you think you are in. Like, it's not what you think it is. And that's just a reminder for those that know. Like, you already know that. You don't go off a time and date because you know that it's already been labeled. So labels are significant. So the farmers is who carry the strength. The farmers is the ones who know the land. The farmers are the ones who's able to connect to the land and know. And the farmers are writers. They're writers. I'm seeing them, and I'm being shown that them being writers. They write. They're able to tell stories. The life that they've lived has been indignative to. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I am not fucking. I didn't graduate from high school. But listen, y'all, this is let you know that spirit is real, because the shit I'm saying, I'm saying the words and I'm speaking from what they're sharing with me. Okay, I wouldn't be able to do it. Like, okay, so the farmers is significant. The farmers are, they said, primarily those that are forgotten about, those that have a long distance relationship within the cosmos. You have a long distance relationship, and you 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 don't know what that is exactly. You're learning second by second, moment by moment, like in space and time, in real time. Like, you have to be present. And when you're present, and a lot of the individuals that I'm speaking of, the farmers, for you to be present, it take a lot, because it's a lot that you take in, because you are the land. Like, you are the land. Like, the landfall, the landfall, the landfall. Like, you may have dreamed of expiration dates of the world, where things just expired, and there was turmoil and conflict and deaths and things of that nature that went on. And you seen it, when you rest your body. um you constant conflict with individuals close to you, but that conflict was to distract you. So it's been a lot of distractions, and those distractions has caused you to go to, or to rely on other things, to take to be in place of what you see. Because what you see, nobody see. You're a farmer. They took your land. Listen, I might not be looking at y'all, I'm channeling. You're a farmer, they took your land. Your communication and your language, they don't want to understand you. You know how have you know, and so this strength card let me know for the farmers that I'm speaking of, this is who this message is for the farmers. Okay? Because you never wanted to be a part of the politics. It's almost like you were taken in. Okay, you were taken in, and so this go back to your the character of the women in the family, the demonstration from the masculine energies in the family, and what they portray. And it wasn't many of you, but through each generation, one of you have demonstrated what you can demonstrate or partaken in on moving forward with I'm seeing the future revenue of completing uh a healthy uh a healthy future for the offspring where it's prominent and it happens. It's a trip because I feel like after I like once I got into that, like when I was saying that, it was like a weight that was taken off. Like I feel like it was like because I feel like I had to go and deep dive into things. They said that it's always familiar though. It's like it's always anything that you come in contact is always familiar. This is for the farmers. What is a farmer, you guys? You know what I'm saying? A farmer. A farmer knows its land. You know what's on the land. And then when you think about the and that's very much so matriarchal energy, that's mother energy, that's feminine energy. Whether if you a man or a woman, we carry both, right? So when the rug was pulled from under your feet because you trusted you trusted in, not you didn't go within because the physical, you went with what you seen, like, you know what I'm saying? It was like you was tricked right then. You was tricked. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Mother. You were you were tricked because the physical is visible, and as humans, we forget. And that's something that was studied upon all I'm seeing all groups. It was groups that was studied. It was different parts of civilization that was studied on how to overtake. And I'm seeing their rituals, your rituals. So a ritual, right? So if someone did a ritual, right, over you, right, or if you did a ritual, you could actually do that. You could do a ritual, right? Just within let's say 32, 33 BC, right? You did rituals within yourself, so you was able to stand with the consistency, the consistent the consistent life that walked the earth. They said the consistent life that walked the earth. So on the other side of human was animals, right? Men animals. You walked with them. Furthermore, they say, to make a long story short, you were deceived. You did not pay attention. So those who I'm speaking to that are the farmers, some of you, it's hard for you to and listen. You could say, well, because even me, oh, I could take constructive criticism. You've had to deal with constructive criticism all your life, right? But it was to keep tying the knot and tying different knots. And the different knots and a different time was just different illusions and loops and shit to keep you in the loop, right? That shit is deep. Taking you further into the loops of criticism and out of the personification of the land. So now you no longer mentally create health within the land because the land needs you to create. You're a farmer, you're the farmers. This message is for the farmers. And it's not many farmers I'm seeing. There were a lot of farmers back in like the year 13, the year 19. I'm hearing notifications like on your phone. Your phone may go off when when 119 hit, or on your 19th text, or just certain numbers stick out to the farmers. Uh Pomegranate is significant. The fruit, the pomegranate fruit is significant. It's fruits that they weren't able to duplicate. It was fruits that it's a trip because they 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 could do whatever the fuck they want to do, right? I'm talking about the patriarchal system. Those that created the system that overrides the mind, that y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't want to go too far off into that. I'm staying where I'm at, but systematically they turned you into a pioneer by way of your thoughtful contracts. I'm seeing a contractual thought process. Yeah, your contractual thought process. It's almost like you, and not just you, we all were duped. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I wouldn't even necessarily call it a trick. I would say, like, you know how, have y'all ever dealt with a motherfucker where you talk to some and they good with words, and they so motherfucking good with words, where not that they know the meaning of the words. It ain't about that. It's more sort of like they know how to argue. They know how to, like, play with words. And then it's like, and you like, but you know for a fact that what they did was what you know they did, but they didn't went around the shit so well. This is like a, and then it turns into an inside job, and this is where the trust issues come in at. And this shit is heavy because now you know where the trust issues come in at. How can the lion and the man stand near or close to each other when they were both at one point 13, 14. Okay, let's say that that's the year, right? They say BC, before Christ and all this shit. I'm not even finna use that. I'm being shown numbers 19, 11, 12. We are not in 2026, y'all. I promise you. I'm saying it's crazy because they said a Lord of purification. Lord of purification. Lord of purification. Lord of purification. What is that spirit? Fort Lauderdale can be significant and London can be significant. Lance can be significant, that name. I wonder what number is this. Hold on, let me see. Let me see this, y'all, because I want to see what number this is. I want to see what number. Hold on. I want to see what number. What number is the strength card? I don't know. Strength tarot. I just want to see because, you know, why they just don't give it to you? Damn. Well, be patient with me. Let me see. Hold on. Numbers is significant, y'all. Y'all need to pay attention to the numbers. Whoever this message resonate with, you will only be able to um understand what I'm saying by way of you being a farmer and your land was taken from you. Your home was taken from you, right? And so this was in past lives though. It didn't happen in this lifetime, but you feel it. It was other things taken from you in this lifetime. Okay? It happened in past lives, but I'm seeing like 369. So 369 is significant. I'm seeing like the past like three lifetimes, nine lifetime, like it's going back. But for for different what she say? The fuck? She said the same energy that rise up. Yeah, but I was already picking up on that because it was strong. Why don't it just fucking show? Like, what the fuck is the number? Hold on, let me see something, y'all. And that's another thing too. This is how they get them motherfuckers. It's oh my goodness, that's great. So it's the number 8. So it says the strength card is genuinely number 8, and a major arcana. It's a major arcana card of most modern popular tarot cards decks like Rider. Wait, okay, so all right, the number 11 is also significant as well too, though. And mind you that the number 8 is the loop, right? Because 8 is a loop right now. If we turn it on the side, that's infinite, right? Lemurian, divination. Yeah, the number 8 goes into so many different things, but I had said that earlier, so let me keep going, right? I'm a channel, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a channel. One thing about this, you can't be afraid of your gift, your power. You know what I'm saying? Um, something is telling me to say that is don't because that power is the wisdom and the information that come through the now is what I'm hearing. It's like, okay, so it's on the gates of the F. So F is significant. F can be a number. I mean, F is a number, but um it aligns with the number. So it is a number. I'm not gonna get into all of that, but the letter F is significant, but the nows. Okay, so let's see what eight is you know what I'm saying? Oh, there it go. It's something about per personification. I don't even know what the fuck that word mean, y'all. But I'm seeing that. They saying personification, your power. They saying what it is that I'm doing right now, your power. Some that's afraid of it, it scare you because the frequency of it is a frequency that you're not familiar with. So you go back to what you know. You go back to what's familiar, propification, pondering on what it is that you felt. They said it's a cremation, like it's a cremation. It's a cremation of the personification. So when we talk about cremation, if they saying that, when we talk about cremation, and when you cremate somebody, you burn it, right? Let's think about all of the different elements of creation that were deliberately cremated. They were I'm saying destructed. They were destructed. It was a destruction of it. It was a destruction of it. It was burnt. Either it was burnt down, tore down. It didn't get to it didn't get it wasn't able to hold its purification because there were individuals that wanted to create their own personification of what they felt it should be. Okay, so I'm also seeing pilgrimage. So if you guys have like been like if any of you guys have been are picked up on pilgrimage, you should study pilgrimage. Okay. This is new for me. It says, oh my. Furthermore, to talk and to speak. Now, if you go back and watch my videos that I made before this, even if it was a month ago, this is how fast we were moving. And I was being shown about the South Node, okay? And I also was shown about the North Node as well. And I do remember looking into into I remember looking into the South Node, right? Meaning that I looked in a direction. I actually experienced this and I heard them speak. I heard them speak. I heard them speak to me. And I'm not ready to share that with the world, okay? Right now. But whoever this message resonate with, you are a farmer and you do there's nothing that you can do to stop your connections, your delivery to the nations, the nations I'm hearing, the nations, the monarchy, the monarchy. There's nothing that you can do that can stop that. Your connection to all things. Even if you are wherever you are, so they want me to explain this, wherever you are, right? And you could be moving very slow. You could be an earth sign. You could be a Capricorn, or you could have Capricorn very highly in your chart. You could be a Taurus, a Virgo. Okay, you could be an earth sign. You could even be I wanted to say a air sign. That's what air sign. Okay, Aquarius. But there's nothing that you can do to escape the voices. And when I say voices, I'm speaking of the the inheritance that you inherit for you to feel the monarchy, the mother gene. It's like deeply, deeply rooted in the center of the earth. It's it has access to all things. So I mean, you are one who's able to read things, see things. However, like, and it maybe at times it was distorted. Uh and some at times it is clear, but you are able to see through the distortion, even if the opposed energy just send distortion waves off into your energetic field for you not to understand because they want you to stay in a slumber. I'm saying they want you to stay asleep. Cremation. Cremation. Oh my goodness. We're not supposed to be doing cremation. They're not supposed to be cremating people. They're not supposed to be cremating people. That's crazy because I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like on my mom's side, my brother, my grandmother, my grandfather, they were all cremated. Like that's something that my mom did it because she had you know what I'm saying? But I had seen something recently too, and and it's crazy because I didn't even look for it. It just like popped up on my timeline just out the blue. Like spirits speak to you like that. And whoever I'm speaking to, you a farmer, god damn. I'm a farmer. I guess I'm a fucking farmer, right? So because you have to be a farmer. If you a farmer, then you are able to create, right? Indignative. I'm saying indignative. You're able to create. I'm seeing the land crying out for you, the land crying out. And so, spirit, what does that mean? The land crying out to you, telling you to come out, come outside. Okay. So inside indignatively, you are always being spoken to. That connection you can never break. The only thing you can do is not move forward. And that was the greatest, the great is greatness, gravity that they've had over you and your bloodline was for you to be in the now. They want you to be in the now. So when we think about the now, right? I didn't heard about it now. I feel like that's like a water, right? Something a now. In a now. What the fuck is a now though? Because it's like the water a now, but what is it? Because we know what a river is. We know what the sea is. A water now. Let me see. Hold on. A water now. But what is that? Water now. Oh my goodness. No. I feel like a now is like a I feel like it's a receiver, but it's like a small part of I feel like it's a controlled it's a controlled area when it comes to the flow of water. Spirit, why are you showing me that? The controlled now is the controlled mind. The controlled now is the controlled mind. And that's all they think that it is. Effortlessly, they created rituals around that, which looped individuals in, right? Us, it looped you in to creating within that now, but that now that they're creating within, it's a trip, y'all, because look it, you have to really like have a fucking photogenic mind when I'm speaking, okay? That now that they created, that's the subconscious. That's the fucking subconscious mind. The subconscious mind, y'all, on everything. I put this on everything. I didn't know none of this shit until I got on here. The subconscious mind, and I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna work with spirit, right? Because you really can I really can't team with I really don't have nobody I feel comfortable with teaming with in the physical. And spirit know that. And I'm hearing me when I just said that, you know what I heard, y'all? I heard, and so the promise is to you. I just heard spirit say, so the promise is to you. So the promise is to me, which is the truth, right? When you hear about the promise, you hear about the promise throughout the Bible, or whoever the promise is to, whatever the promise is, the promise should always be the truth. They said the literature is not the truth. I'm hearing the literature is not the truth. Format. Format. So they're showing me a format. A format. So it's the farmer, and they're showing me a format. Okay? Go look this shit up. I've never heard of a format, but I just heard that. I just heard that shit. The format is watching you. It's watching you make decisions. It's watching your promise. It's keeping control of your it's keeping control of your options. The format in distance. Okay, so now if we was to revert that into the physical logic is like a word that I cannot construct with my mouth, but or physical. It was like no lie, it was like 30 different words and thoughts they just ran through me. Distractions. When you get deep, it knock you back to sleep. When you get deep, it knock you back to sleep. Is what I'm hearing. The mm. Okay, so let me. Okay, I'm gonna get into that, y'all. So number 8, I want to. Okay, so number 8, it says Saturn, north node of the moon, right? You were a farmer before you came here. This is out of my mouth. It's not out of the book. This is what I'm being shown. You've always been a farmer. You are in your north node. The antics are being or will be risen. Like it will get higher. Evil won't look like it looked growing up. Even if it was a grandmother, a father, a uncle, a cousin. It could be those beings. They want you guys to know this. This is what I'm saying. All right. It's crazy because I'm hearing trust no one. Trust no one but rely on self. Even if you can't see what lies in your path, your faith will get you there. It's almost like it's like a river, it's like a now, but you got to go through that now in order to deliver onto the truth, because the now already was the now was built around you. The now was have taken and persuade the now have taken on its own deliverance in the personification of the land. It's more prominent. It's the lies, the legal action that's really unlegal, unlawful, the creation of the personic what the fuck is that? I gotta look that word up. Because they keep saying the personification. And these are experts they're showing me. These are experts, prominent experts. That make you feel like you gotta be rehabilitated. I mean, what is it called when someone gotta be rehabilitated? Like when they take them like somebody go to jail, right? And that's basically what this is. And then now, because it's controlled, rehabilitated, you got to be rehabilitated back into society because of the long. I'm hearing death, 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 death. So follow me, right? You have to be a mind creator to get this. Like you really, really do. This is not for everybody because they want you to have fancy feet and dance away from it, and then you dance back into their ship, and then they'll throw you off the ship, and then they'll throw you off the ship to recreate and get and they know to have you in depth to recreate you in depth and feeling that death is the end of life. And that's what they made the farmers work, okay? They made that the farmers. So those are the farmers, that's how the farmers were driven into. They didn't just take their land. They didn't just come in and know. This shit go deep. So look at y'all. The north node of the moon, right? Leo, you could be a Leo. This is associated. So right now, the Leo is significant. That's look at y'all. They're not, bro. Look at the lion, bro. The Leo is significant, right? It says, it says, I really am a teacher though, right? I be bullshitting, I ain't gonna lie. You feel me? Sometimes I just don't want to teach. I got kids. I can get, you know what I'm saying? But this shit is getting more and more. Whoever this message resonate with, I want to tell you something. You're not crazy. What you see or what you know to be true, keep reintroducing yourself, keep re-educating yourself or learning or going deeper into it if you're not sure. But you'll know because it's your third strand is what I'm being shown. So the number 3 is significant. It's your third strand of your physiological physiologically. They said your physical being, like it's like your third strand. I'm being shown that uh it's directly connected to like your nervous system, and your nervous system is one, two, three, four. It's in the middle. It's being so it's on, but it's other ones though. Okay, so silver is significant. Okay, the letter H, Q, Z is significant. I had said something. Okay, anyways, it says you are. I'm gonna read this right. It says you are an overcomer. You've got this. So you are an overcomer. You've got this. You rise above adversity and obstacles to achieve your dreams. Most often connected with material success. Just make sure that your obsessive workaholic nature does not erode your physical health and personal relationships. A year of abundance and reward, including material possessions, wealth, or recognition. I don't know, but that's a trip that just that's a trip but and I'm not even gonna say nothing because that's not for me to say. So okay, so finding fulfillment and leading others, you are driven by money, power, and success, but will need to learn how to balance your work and personal life. Remember earlier I kept saying your power. And I could see when it come to power, that word alone, it carries so many different um significant attributes of life, right? Or it carries so many different meanings when and it also carry so many different meanings within individuals when we talk about power, right? But your power is what's guiding you to where you are now. And you see how I can see and how I'm explaining shit to you guys and on everything, y'all. I put this on everything. I didn't know I came on here. I'm literally working with spirit. I'm working with my higher self, which is connected to Mother Gaia, right? The universe, Father, right? And I ain't talking about where I ain't whatever it is, it's different. Everybody different. You don't abuse power. You don't abuse your power. Your money flow effortlessly. You may have been an individual where throughout your life, like you feel like you didn't do much. Like you might not have had hella jobs, or maybe you didn't keep jobs long, but you've always been taken care of. But you didn't been through some hard times when you ain't had shit. But the fact that you don't abuse your power, you are one that can be trusted by the land, by the Leo, by the animals, by spirit, gracefully, by mother, by purpose. It's very familiar. It's very familiar and graceful how you pick up on things and how you endure things and how you orchestrate things and how you create, and people just want to devour you. They want you for themselves. They want to take on your individuality, your crops, right? I'm hearing thy who think they don't have ownership of the land. Thou who think they don't have ownership of the land. Mm, mm-mm. I gotta write that shit down. Purposefully, purposefully, you went through what you've been through. Your plantation has a name on it. You have a name. I'm saying you have a name, and you know. Do you hold that name? That name that was then that they've changed hundreds of times, thousands of times for you to not remember who you are? Nah. But do you hold that weight, that position, that statue? They can never take that from you. That quantum is quantum, that quantum, that leaps, those leaps that you took throughout the universe, throughout worlds. Because you've been in worlds, you've been in fucking tornadoes. You created tornadoes. You created whirlwinds. They took your life and it took the lives of many. Your personification, bro. Your and you did it effortlessly. You did it with dignity. And you didn't get up and say, "Oh, my purpose is this and I'm this and I'm connected to the." No, you never screamed out. You never screamed out. Oh God, please forgive me and da 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 da. Yeah, in your years, I'm saying that's what they said. I gotta see what they said. They said in your years of unknowing, not knowing, but once you knew, your days grew how you grew. Like your days and your months and your years. You even you even what's they're showing me, you even advanced and grew and moved through space in a much lighter space than others, meaning you looked or you look younger than you should be. You were never what they what they you at one you was with the rebels. You were with the rebels. And you are a rebel. But you a real rebel. You a real rebel. You didn't rebel to make motherfuckers feel good. You feel me? And this is the thing, right? You experienced that, but through is it personification? What the fuck does personification mean? Because I'm seeing you going through this loop, like the eight. You going through this. It's like it's like this. It's like I'm seeing you go through this figure. It's like this moving like fast through 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 spatial through time like on some real shit like it's a trip and I keep hearing monarchy. So something about May is significant as well. Another thing too, um I'm just gonna say it. A lot of you guys in a past life in May around this space, this right here, were a time where you were deleted or you sacrifice yourself for the cause because of you not remembering who you are. Prejudice, I'm hearing prejudice. It was a prejudice, like very prejudice. The farmers, I'm hearing the farmers life. I remember my mama saying shit like that to me though, y'all. Like I remember her saying like either you are a farmer or I don't know if you guys remember. I mean, not remember, but if you guys ever heard of it, but it's not. I can't call her because I'm not gonna call her. I'm not even. Yeah, but I really ain't talking to nobody right now. And she said, I remember she used to always say either you a farmer or you. But this is not why this shit came up. I'm telling you, I'm only thinking about that shit. And then we in Taurus season, right? But Leo is significant. The Farmers Act. Activists. So the activists, you know how we have activists in the physical? I'm seeing activists in the spiritual. I'm seeing that there are activists that's been recreating from the cremation of the false. I'm hearing false or folly, like the folly. Like they were studying you, like whoever this resonate with, like they were studying you, but they've been studying you. And then it's a masculine energy too that I just picked up on. They've been studying the masculine energy. Because I'm seeing like a nut. I'm seeing like the nut scrotum, like the nuts. Okay. So genetically they've been falsehood. So your story, and you're gonna know if you resonate. If you resonate with it, you're gonna know if this is for you because what they're showing me is very like clean cut. This is how they've been able to default you and recreate your storyline. Promiscuity. I cannot say that fucking word, but I hear it. They just said too on top of that, promiscuity or something like that. I'm gonna get it, y'all, right? But they said on top of that, like know your words. They're telling me that. And I want to share that with you guys. Know your words. That's your wisdom. Monarchy. The monarchy. Like, listen, the monarchy, that's mother, right? Because the patriarch, okay, that's man. Monarchy is monarchy. I believe monarchy is the mother. Okay, so let me keep going. All right. Goddamn. They said it's familiar. They said you remember. I'm hearing you remember. Whoever I'm speaking to, whoever get this, is certain things that I'm saying that's hitting home or this touching base to certain things where it's planting seeds where it's connecting. I'm seeing dots being connected, the puzzle being put together, and it's being put together. So where the hell? Oh, I was supposed to. That's crazy, y'all, because I've been just channeling. I ain't even pulling no damn cards, right? It says, finding fulfillment and leading others. You are driven by money, power, and success, but will need to learn how to balance your work and personal life. Soul urge number. Inside too, right now, I don't know. I'm kind of like feeling a little shaky inside. I don't know. I'm feeling that, but I'm feeling that, and I know that that's not my like. That's not mine personally, but I'm feeling that. Just channeling you guys' energy. Um, I feel like the truth and just knowing what you knew, like knowing, like you could have had, well, all I'm sharing, you could have had different times in your life, like, different spaces in your life where things showed up and it's like, oh shit, all of this coming together. How the fuck is this? And it's scary. It's crazy. I'm hearing in the North Node. The North Node is saying, y'all, I put this on everything. The North Node is saying, don't be afraid. Mind you, in here, it says, look at y'all. It says North Node of the moon. Mind you, the moon talks about, when we think about the moon, right? And we know about the moon is like illusions, right? The moon is, it's so many things. The moon could even capture the identity of you and me. If you don't know who you are, if you don't stand, you know what I'm saying? Like that saying when they say stand for something or fall for anything, when you don't have boundaries, when you have boundaries, but you don't even appreciate or respect your own boundaries. This is what that I was getting this nervous feeling inside. It's like, I don't know, I was feeling that. So if any of you guys are feeling that, I'm gonna need you to breathe, okay? I'm gonna need you to take a breath. Yeah. Nah, it's not what you think it is. This shit ain't what it ain't what they said it was. Yeah, we have to go and we have to unlearn shit and relearn shit. You know what I'm saying? But it all was brought up for a reason. Another thing too, a lot of you guys need to learn what y'all are not learn, but get the wisdom, the knowledge of what your life path number is. Your life path number is, and see what that number is connected to. All right. When it comes to your name, get your name. that number. And if you guys need it, not need it, but if you guys don't have no one to go to or whatever, you can always email me. I'll do it for free. All you gotta do is send me, email me. It's in the description box. You could email me your name, your full name, and I'll look that shit up for you. Okay. And if you want to do it yourself, because I do it all the time, this book right here, this right here, I do it, y'all. I didn't, you feel me? So, okay, so let me keep going. All right. Let's pull some cards. Let's get a message. Let me see. It says, okay, let me just read this. It says, you are ambitious, pursuing financial and career success. And that's another thing too, y'all. It's a trip, right? So that say that you are ambitious, pursuing, but your ambition that you have inside of you, and I know this because I can relate to it from experience. And it happens to me to this day. Your ambition at times have been or is being restricted, or it's being restricted from your inner knowing and not trusting what it is that your moral compass, which you know to be true. But they said that the reason why you do that is because of the naysayers, all the different individual souls that you've encountered, and just life experiences in general, like, you know what I'm saying? You not to um mm, mm, for you to, it's almost like, because I'm feeling it again. I'm feeling like the shakiness inside, make you feel like what you what you're picking up is like a fucking, not even an illusion, like it's like a fairy tale. And this is where, good grief, the fairy tale land. But the fairy tale land is very real. The fairy tale land is all of the fucking movies that we grew up on. The Little Mermaid, the Dwarves, Rapunzel. You know what I'm saying? All of these different, and that's the thing, is they always have to put it in the domain. They always put it in the domain. And what you see, how you perceive things, it gives the truth. The truth is always given to you. You're held in high honor of the truth because you can see the truth. You're a truth seeker. You're a truth speaker. It's a trip because it's a word that I'm prom guarantee. Don't y'all. If I can't get it all the way, I ain't gonna try to keep getting it. But it's a word that prom guarantee, prom guarantee, or prom guarantee. I keep getting different words about close, like this going into like promise, like, mainly purpose. Promise, purpose, promise, purpose, promise. But that's a word that even is put out there in so many different um groups, belief systems and things like that. You know what I'm saying? But we rarely can make a promise to ourselves without going back on it. We could rarely make a promise, so we don't know what that promise is. It's a lot of different differnalities and confusion You know what I'm saying? And then when they say it enough, promise, 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 it's like when you say it, I, I'm really seeing like on some real shit. Like Spirit wants you to know that Spirit don't speak promise. Spirit don't speak promise. Spirit show. Spirit show up as that. Spirit show up as what it is that you need, that you seek, that you feel. Cause that will be a promise for me to be able to feel the truth, for me to be able to know the truth, for me to know that in my soul, in my blood, in my veins, I can feel, you know what I'm saying? Like spirit show up. Spirit don't say, I promise this, I this and that, because spirit know that I'm talking about your soul, your higher self, knows that the criterias of, oh my goodness, y'all. Job. I don't even know Job fucking story, but I just heard Job. Okay, Job is in the Bible. Y'all need to look up that story. Job. Hold on. Let me see. The story about Job. Okay, it says the book of Job is a biblical narrative exploring why the righteous suffer. Job, a wealthy, blameless man, loses his children, wealth. Don't get scared, y'all. In health through a divine satanic test. Wealth and health through a divine satanic test. Despite intense suffering and despite with friends. Well, I'm sorry. Despite intense suffering and debates with friends, Job maintained his integrity, refuses to curse God, and is eventually restored to prosperity, emphasizing faith over understanding. Remember earlier I was saying like, wow. Mm. And when they say refuse to curse God, this gotta be in, I know this gotta be in the Bible, right? This gotta be in the Bible. But I'm just gonna say, when they say refuse to curse God, I feel like it really, that means to refuse to doubt your soul, your moral compass, your higher self. What told you? How did you get this information? How did he know? And I'm not, and I ain't put no names on it. How did he know these different hmm, inner knowings, and were able to lead a flock, lead the land, be the farmer, connect to the land? Because if you curse, when they say curse God, right? I say curse yourself, because if you doubt yourself, how can you plant a seed? If you doubt yourself, maybe you say, let me look at y'all. If you doubt yourself, right? If you doubt God, that's doubting you basically doubting yourself. Yes, right. I don't know, you guys. So this is just my personal thing. I don't like to call the 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 higher forces like mother and father. I call mother and father, right? Because it's a masculine and a feminine energy. that's in the universe, that's been here since the beginning of time, the divine feminine. And so I don't want to call it God because I feel like that's a word that was created by man. And so that's how I be getting tripped up on the words and shit. Like I really do. And so I'm working on that. But where was I at? Because I wanna end this. I wanna end this. But Job is significant. That's a trip because Job was a farmer. Was Job a fucking farmer? Despite intense suffering and debates with friends, Job maintained his integrity, refused to curse God, and is eventually restored in prosperity, emphasizing faith over understanding. I believe he was a farmer because, yeah, I feel like he was a farmer because his Job lives in wait, blameless, upright, and fearing God. And it's a trip how all this shit is, right? When you go into the Bible, it is good to go. I mean, not good. It's okay to go into the Bible and look at things. You just have to be able to have the eye to discern it and break it down. Um, I I know for a fact that the farmers is what I'm being shown is able to decipher throughout the Bible what's relevant and is a realization to um our authentic beings is what I'm hearing. My name could be Quavo. It says Satan argues to God that Job only serves him because of his immense wealth and blessings. Hold on, y'all. That I was supposed to see this shit. Let me read it again. It says Satan argues to God that Job only serves him because of his. Have you guys had that person in your life? You explain this could be anybody, sister, whoever, where a motherfucker they won't tell you uh verbally, they won't be direct with you about how they feel your life is so much easier and you don't have to worry about this and da 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 da. And so that's who Satan is giving. And so when they say Satan, I feel like, it's evil motherfuckers in the world, right? And it's people in this world that feel like shit. I know a lot of motherfuckers that feel like that about me, right? And so really it's to make you feel bad too, on the other hand, that, well, damn, I am And I am held in high honor. I am connected to, the great mother. I am informed. I am intelligent. I am loved. You know what I'm saying? I am a creator. Knowing thyself, knowing thy true state of wisdom, right? Wisdom, right? Wisdom can be ratchet, right? Like I know how to stump my feet on the motherfucking ground and tear some shit up. And if you touch me, okay, it's gonna tear many a worlds up that's connected to you, right? That's me saying that, y'all, right? Me even being able to uh communicate that and orchestrate that magic, that creation, that quantum, I leap. The cremation that they built around this now, it never it never had your name on it. You were never, and I can say never, you were never supposed to go down that now that were created. Now, if you just now getting in here and you just now watching this, I mean, just now starting to watch this, you have to go back and see what I'm talking about the now. But everything always come together, right? The now that was created, right? This ain't no fucking river I'm talking about, right? Shit that they, that they kind of could have a little bit of hands on and shit like that. Nah. But Satan wants you to know, and I'm hearing this loud and clear. Loud and clear. Satan wants you to know who Satan is. Satan wants you to know. Job's story is a personification of majority of what I've been talking about, because you've went through many a deaths and rebirths, but that's not spirit is saying, that's not haha, that's not it. It's more so of the repetition of you feeling emotionally, what you feel emotionally, you have not completed, you have not achieved, you you have not, you know, it's more so of your doubt and all those different things. Satan wants you to know exactly who he is. So he wants you, or she wants you, Satan, the enemy, right? And this is in the physical, I'm showing, being shown, the physical or the spiritual, right? Because you also have souls that's in your lineage, that's in the spiritual. I have to look at you guys when I'm saying this. That's in the spiritual realm that fight against you moving forward, that want this dysfunction, um your demise to continue on, and future reference, right? Okay, right. And it's a lot of it's a lot of politicking around who you are. It's a lot of politicking around you being direct. Okay, Job was direct. Job knew who he was. So let's keep going. Let me see. It says God allowed Satan to destroy Job's possessions, children, and health, leaving him with painful sources, right? It says Job's friend, it say all these different friends, right? Let me see. Where am I at? I'm gonna have to go in here. It says Job. It said okay. Argue. It said Job friends, and it says some of Job friends. It says argue that his suffering is a punishment of hidden sins. Hmm. So his friends argued amongst each other, and even argued with the powers that be, that his punishment was hidden. Let me tell you, I've been through so much shit, and whoever this message is for, you've been through so much shit. That's why you gotta be able to. This shit is fucking wild. Punishment, right? They said he lost his kids, he lost his land. Cause remember, he was wealthy. He had his land, he had all these different, and he lost everything. But remind you, I remember when I was younger hearing this story, and I remember uh them saying that Job was the one who the devil came in, Satan came in and was like, "Let me test your loyalties, let me test who's loyal, your loyalties ally to God. Let me test your loyalties ally." Hmm. Let me ask y'all something. Do y'all think that so Satan go to God and say, "Let me test your loyalties ally." And I remember past life events, this lifetime from past lifetimes. I remember past life events, y'all, that I've been through, right? And through this journey of healing and intergaging, interlocking within oneself, facing myself in the mirror. From my experiences and the different events that took place had more to do with me knowing who the fuck I am and how far gone I was. I mean, I remember in past lives, like I remember past lives to the point to where like let me think of one to share with you guys. In one past life I remember being taken. I was taken. Like I was taken and I was taken into another place. Like I was taken from my home to another place. They invaded my home and took me somewhere else. And it was abuse. And it was so much abuse to where it affected me in a way where it caused fear. And it was so fearful that I would, even in the next life, I wouldn't dare go against what it is that I felt. And you know that repetition is a part of uh recreation, right? When we leave here, we if you have contractual agreements or things that you are connected to, you have to finish those things up. Like you have to, you know what I'm saying? Even leaving in fear, you know, or being let's say annihilated, you know, being off in a certain way, or the lies of where you go. I remember all of this. The belief system, which is the lies. Oh, you either you die and that's it, or you go, either you leave here, you delete it when you leave, or either you know what I'm saying, you go to hell or whatever the case may be. All of these different fear tactics, right? This is a way to keep you in the loop, right? And it's a trip because the number 8 came up, right? Leo, strength. It's gonna take strength to get through this shit. Like you gonna have to be in your north node for real, right? It's gonna take strength to know that what's been, let me not go all the way into that, but however, copper and silver is significant, and you're gonna have to have some motherfucking strength from the shit that you from the shit that you don't remember from past lives. And everybody have different experiences in life, and it is true that your higher self is not gonna put, they say God not gonna put nothing on you that you can't handle. Your higher self know what you can handle. I'm telling y'all, because it's gonna test you. It tested me. And that was in 2019, where I had seen a picture of these men in a book, and it's a trip because I was reading the book and I just looked and I remembered those men that was in that fucking book. I remember having an experience with these men in this book, and I remember what they did to me. I had to go outside, y'all, from my house. I couldn't breathe. Literally, I felt like I was having like I ain't never had a heart attack before, but I feel like my heart, like I couldn't breathe. Like I literally had to go and grab the tree. Boy, when I tell you evil. And so it's a trip that I'm saying that too. When I tell y'all evil, you might have had a fucked up mother, a fucked up father, Some evil shit could have. I'm talking about it's some evil motherfuckers. I'm talking about it's some that that will do anything. And you can and I'm gonna tell you something. Your higher self knows. Like I was saying, your higher self know what you can, you know what I'm saying? And so and it's a trip because through that at that space, I learned that you don't ask for more. Don't ask for more. Don't ask. Allow things to unfold. Allow yourself to live and learn. Be the slowest motherfucking move mover on the chessboard. Be the slowest one. Be the slowest motherfucker. I'm talking about in life. Be the slowest, because usually earth signs, especially Tauruses, is the slowest moving ones on the board. Be the slowest, because this not your first run around. All right. Let me wrap this shit up. But I'm just telling y'all that because it's some real shit. This man. You really it's because if you ask for some shit, oh yeah, you gonna get it. You ask for some shit, you ask to know something, or you want more, and you gotta know how to speak to yourself. You gotta know how to talk to yourself. And a lot of you guys could have been seeing that lately. Maybe it show up on your time feed, like, how you talk to yourself is important, and it's very important how you talk to yourself, because we are right now in this space that we sit while I'm speaking to you guys, we are so fucking powerful. Like, our words, our energy, our actions, even people. That's why we able to, especially if you a farmer, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't dealing with half of the motherfuckers you was dealing with a month ago. I promise you. You don't really have the conversations. You don't have the conversation that you had a month ago, 2 months ago. People that you was dealing with. It could be your parents, whoever. And it's not like it's not no hate. It's just like you can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, that energy, you're not willing to compromise. You know what I'm saying? Your integrity. And it's not your fault. Now, it's not my fault that you are who you are, and it's not up to me to continue to hold a space for you that you're not even holding for me. You can't even hold that same space for me. And it's almost like I'm gonna treat you how you treat me. The only thing is I'm not gonna do the fucked up shit that you did to me. I'm not gonna defamation of character. I'm not gonna do that to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna, lead you on and lead you to some bullshit when I've been leading you to water, to purification, to pure water. See how purification kept coming up, you guys? So it's different words, it's different, and I feel like these are the different groups. I'm getting also the ethnicities, like ethnicities. Somebody might be, or there might be individuals this and I don't feel like this is for the collective. I feel like there's cross watchers watching, and so this message is for them, that it ain't never been about ethnicity. It ain't never been about color. It ain't never been about race. That's just what they made you think, because you they know that all you can see is surface level shit. So you a surface level type motherfucker. Like, you very surface, like surface level. You know what I'm saying? So you're easy to manipulate. You're easy to lead. They've led you many a times to the slaughterhouse. So something significant about slaughterhouses. I'm seeing cows, uh, fucking sheep, the slaughterhouse, chickens, blood. rituals. So I'm seeing a lot of rituals and shit. I'm just speaking the truth, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing that, right? Which is they saying cremation. Cremate y'all, I didn't know that you ain't supposed to cremate people. I didn't know that until I just was channeling, like on some real shit. I ain't channel like this. And y'all haven't seen me on here in a couple of weeks, and I be taking breaks and stuff. And, it's just, it be me healing and things like that's what we do. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to pull back. It's okay to say no. Um, so let me pull like, let's pull like, two or three cards. I'm gonna come back on here though, because I ain't been on here in a minute. And I am going to come back on. Let me see. Mm, this one moves so slow. Hold on, y'all. And I'm gonna pull two cards for mm, let me pull two cards for, is that it? I'm gonna pull two cards for the masculine the masculine energy and for the divine feminine energy. Is that it? It was I wanted y'all to hear. Is this it? I don't know what the heck. Maybe it's Big Mama Thornton in. Let me see. Okay. Okay, so that's the message, y'all. So Job story significant. Let me close it with this. So trip. Okay, so we got the nine of swords. It's a trip because the nine of swords, and then the strength card, like, it's like you choose, you make the choice. People, it's a choice, and everybody have that. So that's everybody is given free will. You know what I'm saying? On who they are, like, and who they gonna be to you, who they choose to be to you. It's really on you if you believe and how long you choose to be in whatever it is. But whatever you choose to accept, they're gonna come with it. They're gonna bring it in, and you know why? It's because it's true. The Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands. It's because the reason why a lot of individuals have came towards you is because of your, is it primigarity? Your primigarity. It's like you have this anointings of energy. You have this, they show me it's like an electrifying energy that stagnate around you, right? And you call in fictitious energy, but you call fictitious energy in because you're able to identify it, not for you to experience the fucked up shit that they have to bring, and the illusion of the moon, the illusion, the lies, you know what I'm saying? But let me see. Mm, Not the illusions. Oh. Yeah, not the illusion. Like they, you know what I'm saying? Like they not finna, ain't nobody finna go in, like I've said before, and rob no motherfucking empty bank. You know what I'm saying? Spirit, give me, I feel like spirit was just like on top of everything. Everybody got a choice. Just like Satan. in Job's story, who they said Satan was, they identify Satan as who Satan is, and they identify Job friends as who they are. You know what I'm saying? Like they identify like you the identification is always there. You always have, and they have to put the truth out in the domain, but they will not tell the whole truth. And I need you guys to know that you will never get the whole truth. You have to be able to uh they said read the writing on the walls. Okay, so it's giving me very much Egyptian scripture, like Egyptian scripture. So Egypt is significant. Okay, the tombs in Mexico is significant as well. The writing on the walls is what I'm hearing. Wow. The four wands. There's four people in here watching the four wands. Yeah, that's crazy. Seven. So seven is significant. The seven of cups. Okay. There's gonna be many that's gonna come, or there has been many that's come against you, and there's very few that this message is gonna resonate with. And there's gonna be so many different options that you're gonna have moving forward, but you're gonna surprise yourself on the decisions that you make. Like on I'm seeing like you take baby steps. I'm seeing you going through the process and accepting who you are and accepting where you are and accepting you, but not accepting everything or anything else, but standing as as I'm seeing you standing as a totem pole, like you're standing as the totem pole and you're holding all of the sacred wisdom and the sacred knowledge, and this is how the animal kingdom is bestowed upon you. And between you and that totem pole and the animal kingdom is a direct connection to the safe haven and the format of the creator, the creation of the mother, of the woman. That's what I just heard. Everything I just said is what I just heard. Whoever this resonate with, you not even, you could be single as fuck. Okay. Because the four of wands is showing them to get, but you've came in alignment. You're in alignment with you. You're in, you get it. You see. You like, okay, oh, okay. And you not surprised no more when shit just change. You know that this shit is not gonna just be, oh, okay, it's this. It could be a whole nother meaning that come the next day. You're open. You're embracing. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting like you're hmm. I'm also seeing I'm also seeing smiling faces, all right. Yeah, I'm seeing that like that. The King of Wands and the Ace of Swords again with the High Priestess. I'm speaking to a divine feminine energy. So you could be a woman, right? But also you could be a man that's aware of, and you've always held up the protection of the divine feminine. Like no matter what type of kind of mother you had as a masculine, as a man, you still respected your mother. You know, you or even women just in general. And if they didn't respect themselves or if they was on some bullshit or whatever, you left it at that and you walked away from it. You like, well, I'm not willing to walk down that. But you didn't play with the hearts of the women on the land. Like, because you're a farmer and you can't grow nothing with a woman that's, and it's vice versa. You can't grow nothing with a man, right? But you cannot grow nothing. And it's not about a man, woman, really. It's about the heart of the individual. You can't grow nothing with a seed that don't produce. It's a trip because the cross is on her heart, right? But we're gonna talk. Let's say the ox right there, right? Like you know, damn. And then look around, like the fruit. Look at the fruit, the pomegranates. Remember I was talking about that, y'all? Yeah, I'm talking to some farmers, y'all. Y'all some farmers. I can go on and on, you guys. I can go on and on, y'all. If you guys want a personal reading, you can hit me up. I'll do the first three that come into my email. If you go into my description box, this is gonna be the end of this message. I'm gonna close all portals and all doors. And I am wow. And I'm gonna come back on here, but I'm gonna get a message from mother. Because we can only get better. That's what I'm hearing. We can only get better. Judgment closes our heart. To trust and wait, to trust and separate us from love. It binds us to our fear and holds us in shame. Hold on, let me see. Stop this. I feel like I feel like the atmosphere and in space was just moving like pretty fast. It was like I want to know, I want to know, I want to know. Like I don't know, it was some other people that tapped into the energy too, and I felt your energy. I'm gonna get back on here, y'all, and do another reading, but most definitely have to slow that energy down. Somebody finances is significant too. Your finances could be that's gotta be new. That yeah, that's some new energy that came in. Like your finances is something that you've been like that you know that you. But if I tell you what spirit is saying, I don't even think you'll believe me about your finances. Like it ain't really about believing me. I don't care because I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Yes, I know what I'm hearing. But it's a trip because we were just talking about Job. Job was like, I ain't worried about none of that shit. Y'all do what y'all gonna do. When you read the story of Job, it's almost like you know what I'm saying. It's almost like how I am. I'm like, man, shit. I'm standing on this, like, you know what I'm saying. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on what I know. Yeah, motherfucker, they been fooled a lot of times, right? Okay, so it says judgment closes our heart to trust the to trust and separate us from love. It binds us to our fear and hold us in shame. On whom are you placing judgment right now? Is it someone in your life? Is it yourself? Release the shackles, drop the expectations, and be grateful for what is. It says, look at the person you are judging as if you are looking at a small child. See them learning and growing, falling down, and making mistakes. See their desire to be loved and accepted. Add even more grace to open your heart to this truth. When I lift the judgment from myself and others, I uncover my own truth. I am loved, I am whole, I am limitless, and so are they. In Job's story, there was a lot of, individuals that was connected to him that felt some type of kind of way about how he chose to respond to what was going on. And they judged him based on what he had and what they thought got him to his accumulation of his wealth. Like God gave that all to him. Nah, he worked for that shit. You gotta work for this shit. God ain't coming down here handing nobody nothing. Ain't no God handing nobody shit. I feel like that's what this is like. Oh my goodness. But it was so much judgment in his and throughout his story, there wasn't one motherfucker that came and said, "You feel me? Are you okay?" Or was a listening ear. All they could do is sit back and be spectators and point their finger and say this and this and that and da da da. And it's like when you experience that in life, especially from being a child throughout your childhood, like you got this upbringing that you've been through that many individuals may not have experienced and still don't they still can't fucking uh process how you still here. They still can't process how you still making it or how you able to take care of your family or how you have this. You know what I'm saying? Job's story is it's so broad. It's all about how big how you can expand things, you know, and just and see things. Motherfuckers have spent a lifetime judging you because of what they're under. And judgment do put you under pressure. If you feel like a motherfucker, if you feel like you being judged and you know, motherfuckers, it's a lot of individuals that can't even handle that. That's how some, you know, individuals end up unaliving themselves. They can't deal or they don't want to, you know, or and it's so many other different reasons. I do know this though. For the farmers that I'm speaking to, that has that know what the quantum field. You need to study the quantum field is what I'm being shown. Quantum is numbers too as well, right? I'm hearing numeric numbers, okay? And it's going to show you different purifications of life, different prospects of life, different findings of life, where it's not all about God, 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 or the devil, the devil, the devil, and more so about who the fuck you are. So I'm hearing finalization, like we are in. I'm not gonna tell them that. Okay, so TikTok, let's say that. I'm gonna say TikTok, all right? Because we know time is an illusion, but the format of life is being expanded, but being shown through death. Not for your eyes, not in your eyes is what I'm being shown. So if you lose somebody close, it's not being that's not happening for you to see because of whatever they life story was or whatever, you know what I'm saying, their transgressions was. It's just for them because the universe don't give a fuck about what you think about them, your judgment on them. It's what they have to see is what I'm being shown. It's what you have to see about your life. It don't matter. When it's time to go, when it's time to leave this motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? When it's time to show up, to show up and show out, the real show up, which is mean is leave this, you know what I'm saying, this 3D field, it's only for you. It has nothing to do with nobody else's criteria of who you was or who you was supposed to be or the story behind how Job's story was so fucking long and how he lost everything and how he was tested and all that. Oh, they said ain't nothing new under the sun. This story has been circulating through mankind for decades, for lifetimes, for centuries. Okay? And it's the severity of it is I'm hearing the severity of it is is truthful, is powerful. And that's a trip because I was getting that in the beginning. If you go back, I was saying something about power. It's truthful, it's powerful. It has a lot to do with parallel lines, I'm saying, like parallel, the parallel is parallel to the significance of the diversity of the land. Oh my goodness, y'all. This is what you get when you go within. I ain't showing off. This is what you fucking get when you go within. But you just gotta listen to your higher self, man. And you had that access. Okay, so okay. The letter Q is significant. It says your needs. This is from father. This is from your masculine energy. We might as well just put them together, right? So it says your needs matter. What are you needing right now that you haven't communicated? What are you afraid of? Is it possible that what you are fearing is not true? It says journal these answers. What are my needs? Am I saying no? And remember earlier I was telling you guys that I was getting like nervous and I was feeling like something was like, I don't know, I was just feeling, yeah, because of the information and the access, you know, the access to the uner. I'm hearing the uner, so the universe, right? The access to the great mother, that access, that information, and knowing the truth. They say I'm hearing the truth is telling, like the truth is very telling. It said I'm hearing, are you in high honor to receive the truth? Are you in high honor to receive the truth? And how would I take that? I would take that if it was said to me direct. Do I hold myself in high honor? Like, do I hold myself high? Do I know who I am? Do I honor myself? Do I honor what it is that I'm feeling, what I'm seeing, my moral compass to receive the truth? And when I receive the truth, how is it going to respond within my body? Am I going to allow it to shackle me? Because the truth can put you in shackles because you don't believe the truth. I'm feeling that again. Like I'm feeling that nervousness inside. And that's not me. I'm feeling it. Like I'm feeling the shakiness inside. So a lot of you guys you just allow yourself to feel. Okay? Get back to that. Allow yourself to feel. Allow yourself to, no matter how it is. If you gotta yell, scream in the pillow, cut all the lights off at nighttime. That's a good time to communicate with mother and with mother and father. You know what I'm saying? It's a good time to communicate. Anyways, but I was feeling that. So let me get off of that because that's the only reason I come across crazy. Okay, it says, what are my needs? Am I saying no and yes enough based on my desires? Am I telling my full truth? Do I believe that my needs matter? And do I share them with others? Do I ask for what I want when communicating my needs? What am I resisting? And with whom? What do I need in order to feel safe enough to express my needs? And I'm telling you, I'm gonna let y'all go now because that shit got me like, what the hell? Because it says, what do I need in order to feel safe? And that's how I was feeling. I literally, y'all didn't see me just shaking. I literally was just shaking. I was literally just shaking because like I could pick up on y'all energy. That's why. But I love you guys. I love who love me. I'm gonna come back on here like in an hour and do another reading. I'm gonna do the cards too, y'all, because I ain't been in the cards. Let's do some. I'm gonna get into like the elders. I get into the elders on the next message and pull some of them cards and get into that and see your I don't know, because I'm seeing the elders around you and were they I'm hearing the folly, like the folly, like they were lied on and they were basically portrayed as the fallen spirits, like they fell. Like they fell and they like, no, that's not who we are. But so they want to speak. And so yeah, I'm gonna come back on here. I'm gonna talk to y'all in a minute. I'm gonna close all portals and all doors. This message is gonna resonate with a lot of you guys. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe, okay? And if you do want a reading, please reach out to me. I'll do some readings for free for sure. Just email me if you go into my description. Put my shit down. If you go into why you picking my shit up? If you go into my description, you will see where you can email me. And yeah, y'all, this message was very insightful. Like they're getting deep. Yeah, and they're getting deep. And I'm willing to stick, man. I'm with it, man. I'm with it, man. Whatever it is. I'm a fighter, y'all. I'm a warrior. I'm a fighter. I don't play. I ain't I ain't scared of shit. You know what I'm saying? I really ain't at this point. All the shit that I done seen and experienced and I noticed in this world, like I'm not scared of shit at all. It is what it is. It's up, and this shit is getting to the degree to where like we have to know how to speak to even protect ourselves while we sleep. I mean, they're even coming into our homes. I'm talking about spirits where they feel comfortable enough because if you don't have the boundaries, if we don't have the boundaries up, even for the spirits, the souls, that's not in the physical, they crossing boundaries, so like it like standing up and being that alpha omega, you know what I'm saying, that inspiration, that light, that power source, if you don't know how to uphold that, and protect it and make sure you call the right dignity around it, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody can't just sit around and watch the motherfucking these sparks go off. Anybody can't just sit around and watch. You know how on the 4th of July, the 4th of July is significant too. Some of you guys got some shit coming in for the 4th of July or something happening. But a motherfucker can't sit around and just watch these, you know what I'm saying? This greatness. You can't just be a part of this. You know what I'm saying? You causing me disruption. You're causing disruption in my aura. Your aura is everything. It's fluent. It flows. You know what I'm saying? Not with the now, but with the ocean. You know what I'm saying? With the seas. You know what I'm saying? And the ocean is above, right? As above, so below. How she know? The ocean is above us and below us. That's why it rains. And then you go to the ocean and it's water. Underneath us is water, right? Particularly, a lot of you guys are being called to go within and to remember who the fuck you are. All right? I'm going to see y'all in a minute.